You're spending too much time working on this passion project and not really seeing things come into fruition because you yourself cannot fathom that something this good can happen to you. Hi guys, it's Jo. I'm coming to you with a message that's been going on in my head for a while now, pretty much ever since the day started, and I just felt like this message was meant to be shared, so that's what I'm doing right now. Excuse me if, I have to take pauses, or, if there's a lot of cuts in this video, or, my voice just doesn't sound as it normally would, or if I cough a lot, but whatever. I am feeling a little bit under the weather right now. My energy is drained, and honestly, it's whatever. It's nothing serious, so just don't, get all riled up, but I am feeling a little under the weather, but I just didn't want to sit around all day and do nothing, so I'm filming this for you, and I'm sharing this message with you guys, which is, something that I feel like all of us need to hear for sure. I know that I did. I know that this is something that I've been wrestling with myself. Anyway, I hope that if this message finds you, it's for you, and if it resonates, please comment and let me know, because I love when you guys comment. It makes me so happy. So this is going to be quick because I honestly cannot give too much energy to this because I really need to heal on the inside and out, but whatever. The point going all across of this message is that you need to put your money on yourself. You need to start betting on yourself more and giving yourself that confidence. You cannot just go on throughout life expecting other people to do what's meant for you. It's like delegating a task that would have been, had, a greater quality of accomplishment if you would have done it, instead of just letting someone else do it and then just having, the product be a flop. That's pretty much the same gist, but also along the lines of you need to get your shit together, basically. So I did pull a couple of cards before I started recording because that's just what I do. I like to, keep it. I did write a little bit of some notes. I like to make sure that I'm on the right track because I will ramble off and go on to like something else unrelated but still completely necessary that I need to say. I will do that, so yeah. So the first card that I pulled is Page of Wands, which is, I think, the exact message that everyone needs to hear. It fully encompasses everything that I wrote down and everything like that. And Nine of Cups. Now, this Nine of Cups, I'll get into this later, but this Nine of Cups is very important for you. It's like a motivation, so to say. But you need to put your money on yourself. Time and time again, I see people coming into this space of, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, and they're putting themselves out there, but then they're filling their heads with doubt and being like, oh, this will never happen, or like, I'm never going to get 1,000 views on my blog page, and I'm never going to be as good as a writer, and I'm not gonna have my art be seen or something like that, something like that, like my business is never going to be blah blah blah. I don't know why I'm even trying. Like, this is the doubt that we're talking about, but on the things that we actually want. You know what I mean? And doesn't that sound crazy? It's kind of crazy. So that's what I think, It's like, why are you doubting what you want to happen? That's like manifestation no 101. You need to stop doubting your desired outcome. it needs to stop, point blank period, right here, right now. The easiest way that you can do this is by practicing mindfulness and being aware of your thoughts and your feelings, and then redirecting them to what you want to feel, to what you need to feel in this, or in whatever situation that occurs, that this emotion or thought occurs in. And the reason why you need to stop doubting this is because whenever you doubt the outcome that you want, the outcome that's going to best serve you, you just continuously put out into the universe that you're not ready. You put out into the universe that you're not ready. You put out into the universe that you're not appreciative of what the position that you're in. Imagine this. Imagine that you've given an opportunity to someone. You're on the other side of the situation. You're giving an opportunity to someone, and they take it. Sure, they take it. But every step of the process is like, they're completely making you discouraged in them and the project itself. Would you continue on with this person? No, it's a complete turnoff. It's a complete Debbie Downer. This is the same thing that's happening that you were actively doing. You're stopping your blessings from fully actualizing because you are doubting yourself. You're putting that energy perpetually out there, and it's not cool. It's not fun. It's not the move, And so you need to stop doubting yourself. And another thing is that you need to start reconnecting with your soul self. This is another thing that you can do with mindfulness, because oftentimes, shout out to my therapist, because she's been helping me with this sort of concept as well, but oftentimes there are parts of you that take over from your true self, from your soul self, and it's always from a good, it's always from a good, what's the word? Intention. Sorry. It's always from a good intention, but they're just not what you need to do. They're not your true self, so they don't really know what it is that you need to do in that moment, or what it is that you need to feel in that moment. So there are parts of you that take over, and if it is your doubting part, if it is for me, it's my perfectionist part. If it's not perfect, then it's trash to me. And so oftentimes that's not the case, because being perfect is subjective. Whatever perfect is to you could be trash to someone else, or it could be beyond comprehension to someone else as well. You know what I mean? So reconnecting with that soul self will help you be able to navigate your way throughout this life and throughout your decision and opportunity that's being handed to you right now. This is the issue that I'm seeing truly right now, is that you are not spending enough time. You're spending too much time working on this passion project and not really seeing things come into fruition, because you yourself cannot fathom that something this good can happen to you. And that is definitely a mind issue. That's a nervous system issue, and it's an upper limit issue. If you don't know what the upper limit is, I highly suggest reading the Big Leap by, I forget who it's by right now, but my mind's not really in the correct place to be remembering things. But The Big Leap, it's one of my favorite books to read, to come back to. It's got so many gems in there. Gay Hendricks is the author. Love him and his writing, and it's such a great book, really, to just be able to know yourself on that deeper level, and be able to understand and know and see why things are happening the way they are. So the upper limit problem is basically your capacity for success. It's kind of like you know, a threshold. So whenever you have like a big success, your brain is like, okay, well, that's too much. It kind of gets overwhelmed. It gets a little bit overstimulated. And it's like, okay, well, we need to not do that again, because that was a lot for, you know, that was a lot for me. Even though it wasn't, but it was just like, it's a little bit of a shock. So that's where self-sabotage comes in sometimes, 'cause sometimes it stems from something else, but sometimes it's where self-sabotage comes in, and you take, you know, whatever opportunity happens next, which could infinitely explode your potential, and, you know, you could have a much larger success from that opportunity, but you fumble it because your brain can just not, your mind can't even fathom, you know, having that happen again. It won't let it happen again. So this is why it's so important for you to, when you're in these sort of passion projects, when you're in this era of creation, expansion, and just going after the opportunities that you're afforded, going after the opportunities that are just opening up to you left and right, and being able to see them and being able to take them. It's very important for you to pull away and lead from your soul self, lead from your heart, lead from a good understanding of who you are, and, you know, what it is that you actually want out of this life, what it is that you actually need out of this life, and being able to step and lead with purpose. So this is what this Page of Wands is truly about. It's, again, just about like having these amazing opportunities, building yourself up to, you know, this certain point, and then you're just in this sort of like stagnant process, or there's this stagnant place, because you're just like, well, what now? Like, what's going to happen? Like, what I did should have created an outcome. Like, it should have, you know, there should be a reaction to this, but it's not the reaction that I wanted. It's not the reaction that I expected, or there's just no reaction at all, you know? So this is what this Page of Wands is about. Now, this Nine of Cups, it's all about being satisfied with everything around you, with all your accomplishments, with, you know, everything that you're given and stuff. So it could be that maybe you're just like in the space of like, oh, I want more, but you're just not appreciating what's around you, not appreciating what you already have, and that causes stagnation too. When you don't see the little things, you don't appreciate the small stuff, because when you don't appreciate what you have, how can you appreciate what you could be given? You know what I mean? You're always going to have that you're always going to come from that place of greed, and that's just never what we want in general. So just make sure whenever you are fulfilling this passion project, be sure to, like, you know, appreciate the things that are around you, appreciate where you came from, use those resources. Don't just like continuously go for like something new, something that you would perceive as better, because the grass isn't always greener on the other side, you know? You have like a whole village behind you that's supporting you and, you know, doing all these things, and you're just gonna leave them behind the second that you get a big shot? No, absolutely not. That's where your success starts to dwindle, right there, when you make that mistake. So always appreciate where you came from and what got you there. And so when we're talking about opportunities and stuff, be satisfied, have some sense of satisfaction with just being where you are. Because if you look around, it's really not that bad. It could be 10 times worse. And you're over here like bitching and moaning pretty much about your situation. When honestly, you could just live a life that's completely unfulfilled in every aspect. You could be trapped forever and not have like any sense of purpose, any sense of fulfillment. in any part of your life, or in, you know, it just could be it could be taken away from you like that. It's just something that you need to appreciate, look around and take a deep breath and just be like, wow, you know, I'm living my best life right here, right now. Even if it might not feel like it, I know that tomorrow's a better day for sure, but in the moment I have to appreciate today, you know? You can't just always look for tomorrow. You can't always just look towards the future. You have to be where you are, because that's where the future is made. You know what I mean? So you can't just be in your head the whole entire time and be like, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this. And you have to do action. And you have to not doubt the action. You have to have confidence in yourself, and you have to place that bet, you know, on yourself, on you, not on anyone else, not on, you know, some company that's gonna make you big bucks or whatever. No, it has to be on you. All of your money, the whole pot, on you. Ace of Pentacles. I freaking love this card so much. It's basically like confirmation, like, oh my gosh. It's just confirmation that like you're still being given these things even though you have doubt, because you are walking in a line of your purpose, of faith. You know what I mean? So I always thought that it was really interesting. Excuse me. I always thought that it was really interesting that faith and doubt kind of go hand in hand a little bit. Like, you can't really have one without the other. And what I mean by this is that you could be completely doubting in the outcome that you want, or, you know, whatever it is, like doubting in yourself even, but you're continuing to step in your faith, step in your purpose, and lead from that place of like, okay, I don't think this is going to happen, but I'm going to do it anyway, because that's what I'm being led to do. You know, that's what I have to fulfill. That is my purpose, or that is just what I'm being called to do, so I have to do it, you know. So this Ace of Pentacles is like, look, you can doubt all you want, but as long as you stay connected with your true self, and this might be a call for you to reach out to your deity, your God, your ancestors, you know, your spirit guides, like whoever's calling you, whoever you're leaning on spiritually, you need to go to the altar and be like, hey, I appreciate you. Pray and say, give your thanks, you know, because they are leading you 100%. They have your back right now. And even though you're in this space of doubt, even though you're in this space of kind of like confusion and like, will I, won't I, you're still moving. Then that's beautiful. You are still moving, even with this fear attached to you. That's courageous. And you're being rewarded for your courage, for your bravery. This is especially true if what you're doing deals with money or building up your wealth. It could be, this is why, like, I've been saying passion projects, the whole thing is dealing with wands, but this is something that's also going to give you money. So we're thinking along the lines of businesses or just like soul projects that just happen to end with monetary gain or something like that, you know. But this is going to usher in great things for you. Even if it's not money, it could just be the capital, you know. It could just be like, you know, you have X amount of followers, X amount of views on so-and-so, and next thing you're gonna, you know, get a brand deal or something like that. Or it could just be you're gaining momentum in your job, in your business, and things are just looking up, and it's not necessarily like your revenue has changed, like your paycheck has changed, but it's more so along the lines of your numbers are up, your productivity is up, everything has just been completely just smooth sailing for you. Or will be smooth sailing for you, because you are continuing to move not from a place of fear, but while you're in a place of fear. You're moving from your soul self. That's why you're being rewarded. So again, 3 things. Put your money on yourself. Stop doubting the outcome that you want, and lead from your soul self. Reconnect with that soul self. Meditation, mindfulness, even just having like a reminder set up on your phone, just where you're like, okay, well, just, you know, check in with yourself and make sure that wherever you are at, you're just checking that thought, or those, you know, negative thoughts that are going on in your head. You're just switching that to something better, and you're reconnecting to your soul self, and building your confidence while you're doing all of that. Because if we are being honest, you are all that you got here on this physical plane. You are all that you got. It's just you against the world, but you got some mighty fine warriors behind you in the spiritual realm. So just keep that in mind. Keep leading through faith and through purpose, or keep walking through faith and through purpose. And just accept that this is what you have to do. And it's okay for you to doubt. It's okay for you to, you know, have that fear in your head. But as long as you keep moving, that's all that matters. So yeah, this is the end of this message. Before we end, I did want to just give a tiny oracle card. Just pull, because that's what I do. Yeah, this is all backwards, but it's okay. Oh shit. Sometimes I shuffle, and whenever I do the bridge, I don't change my card position, or, like, you know, the way that the deck is facing, half the deck is facing, so they all just get mixed up, and I hate it so much. But whatever, because I like everything to be a surprise, you know. I want to see the back of the card, not the face. Anyway, so ending off here, we have Lavender the Weaver. Here we go. Lavender is a oh, I love this card. Anyway, so lavender is a very good flower / herb for dreams, obviously, and just, you know, for blessings, and if you're blessing a space. In my personal, like, blessing, I don't know, incense resin type of vibe, I always put in lavender, because it's just so great for making a space a clean slate, and just consecrated. So that's what I always do. So it's good for those things, but at the same time, it's great for divination. It's great for guidance. It's great for intuition, and it's great for a whole lot of things. But what this is saying to me is you need to start walking in your alignment. You need to start walking in your truth, walking in your purpose, and walking in your faith. Keep going on. Again, things that I have been saying, just keep walking, keep moving, and everything else will be guiding you as you continue your walk on this path. So yeah, that's the end of this reading. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, or if this message resonated with you, please let me know in the comments below, and give it a like as well, because it really does help me out. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys.